You're listening to Excellence Above Talent, a podcast where we have the hard conversations about the lives of men and what leads us to achieve greatness and suffer defeat. Hear from other men's journeys as well, as we all learn and grow together to become inspirations to ourselves and those around us. And now your host, Aaron Thomas.
What's up, my beautiful people? Aaron Thomas with Excellence Above Talent. I want to start off by saying what you do in your life matters. The people that you affect, the people that you're looking up to, or that they're looking up to you, they're watching you, what you do really matters. And sometimes it feels like you're not doing enough, or that you aren't being seen or validated. So you want to give up, you want to stop, you want to quit. You just kind of want to do the easy thing or take the easy route. And that route helps no one. It affects no one. I've been having a hard time the past, month and a half, feeling like I'm seeking attention when all I'm doing is trying to put out content. And I've had people in my life tell me that I was an attention seeker, that I cared more about seeking attention on social media and podcasts, and it kind of made me feel some type of way. So I kind of pulled back, wasn't doing what I needed to do or felt like I needed to do. But it's funny how when there are some people in your life that because it's not what they do, it's not how they react, and what they do when it comes to how they live their life, if they see you doing something different, there's two ways a person can phrase it, in a negative way or a positive way. And the people that were in my life phrased it in a negative way, because it's not me seeking attention. It's me putting out content. It's me trying to help others that are going through what I'm going through, who just don't know how to express themselves or talk about it. So I let the noise affect me. And it happens from time to time. We're human. We're trying to figure it out. We're trying to move forward and make things, work and be the best that we can possibly be. And sometimes we listen to the noise. Sometimes we listen to people who don't necessarily have the best intention for our life. And it's not like I stopped. It just, I pulled back, just trying to figure out, man, what's really going on? Is this really how I feel, or is this really what I'm doing? But this week, God showed me through people that what I'm doing matters. They are listening, they are appreciative, and they motivated me to keep going. I had two instances where men came up to me and we had a conversation. They said, thank you for being courageous and having the courage to speak up and speak out about your issues, because your issues are my issues as well. So on Friday, I was at Movies in the Park, and I was talking to someone, and he was saying, man, I heard one of your podcasts and it really helped me out. I appreciate you, doing what you're doing. And then we stood there and talked for about 15 minutes about life, and, he had got divorced and I'm going through a divorce, and it was just a cool thing to do, cool thing to experience and see, because I was in that negative mindset. I was in a space where putting out content, putting out podcasts, it was just like, man, is it worth it? And so that gave me energy. Like, oh, okay, like someone is listening. It has helped someone get some type of understanding. So that's cool. And then Saturday, I was at Summer Mummers, and another friend walked up to me and was like, hey, man, I appreciate what you're doing. I see your content. I see you, making moves and doing the things that need to be done. It takes courage, and I appreciate your courage. And this is just out and about. And again, I was appreciative. I thanked them, and it gave me, again, motivation. Okay, what I say matter. It matters. What I'm doing matters. But then I have to go back to the grand scheme of it all. Why am I doing what I'm doing? Why am I putting out content? And why am I trying to help build high-value men? And it's because the suicide rate is so high in men. We're killing ourselves every day. And if it's not through suicide, it's through drugs and alcohol. It's through work. We're not enjoying the small things in life. We're not enjoying family and friends. We're trying to compete, and that leaves us empty. Trying to compete, trying to beat the next person, trying to be better than the next man. It will leave you empty, because when you look around, your wife is gone. She's not staying. Your kids don't want to be around you because you're no fun. This podcast is a niche podcast. It's not going to be for everyone. And if everyone, or if some people think that I'm attention seeking, or, that I want the attention from society, or I want the attention from people, then they would be correct. I do want attention. I want attention so I can bring awareness to issues that men have. And I'm not going to apologize for posting or living my life the way I live it, out and about. Someone has to have the courage to do it. Because if we're all on this earth not saying anything about what we're going through, and we're all going through the same thing, and if one person just spoke up about, hey, I'm struggling with this, it helps everyone. So yeah, I guess I am attention seeking. I guess I want attention. And I had to reframe it into a positive and not a negative. There were people who were trying to frame it in a negative light. We are all going through something. And there are videos and posts and books about that something that helped the other person go through or get through. Don't allow people to dim your light because their light is dim. Don't allow people to stop you from shining because they're not shining. They're not living in their purpose or the life that they want to live. And they see you trying to. They're going to try to dim your light. They're going to try to stop your shine. Because that's what haters do. No, they don't want to see you doing better than them. So they're going to say things that try to deter you and break you down and make you self-doubt yourself to where you don't do or you don't say or you stop being courageous. I didn't wake up one day and was like, oh, it'd be so cool to be accountable and let everyone in on, some of the things that are going on in my life. It wasn't something I woke up to and was like, oh, that'd be so cool. But in moments in life, I have realized that talking with people, we all are going through something, and a lot of it is the same thing. If it's, issues with relationships, if it's, trying to stop drinking or watching porn and masturbating, if it's, the treatment of family and friends, if it's past trauma that we've had in childhood, we are all going through something. And it is courageous to speak on it and speak about it, to not try to hide behind these masks that we think society wants us to hide behind in order to be viewed as cool or influential or powerful. It's just crazy because it seems like in high school, that is what we were trying to do. It was a hierarchy, and we were trying to fight our way through the hierarchy. And it was all fake. We all had masks on. We were all trying to figure each other out and create a power imbalance. Cool kids and the nerds and the sports guys, the music people, the gangsters, we were all trying to figure it out. And you would think as an adults, we would figure it out. But this reminds me of just a big ass game of high school. As adulthood, we're still trying to be cool. We're still trying to create power imbalance. We're still trying to look down and judge and make others feel some type of way in order for us to feel good. I'm choosing not to play the game. I'm choosing not to wear a mask and be cool. You can judge me. You can look down on me. You can think you're better than me. But at the end of the day, I have the courage to talk about what needs to be talked about. And my light will not be dimmed. My shining will not stop, because I did not start this podcast or Excellence Above Talent to not be seen, to not be heard, to not be listened to. You don't have to hurt mentally and emotionally as a man. You don't have to take your life. You don't have to destroy yourself and your family in the process of trying to find who you are as a person. And there are people who don't want me talking about this stuff, talking about my experience, my hurts, my pains, my screw-ups. I'm slowly kicking those people out of my life. I don't want any part of them because they're not in my life to inspire and motivate and push me to be better. They are afraid. And because they are afraid, they're trying to transfer their afraidness onto me. And I just can't allow it. And God showed me last week why it's important. And it does not matter that it is two people. Two people is enough for me. Two people walking up and saying thank you, I appreciate what you're doing, is enough for me. Because those people have the courage and they put their ego aside to say thank you. So I have the courage to continue the fight, continue moving forward, continue moving on. And I'm going to do it. I lost my office space and I got discouraged as well about that. So I'm trying to find an office space where I can, have guest speakers over so we can, kind of have conversations and talk and things of that nature. So I'm looking for an office space now. But that's not going to stop me from, continuing the fight, continuing the movement, because I think it's just important. I'm working on another podcast that's going to be probably coming out in July or August. So not am I going to be on, this podcast. I will be on we're creating another one. It's going to be a servant leadership podcast. So I'm super excited about that. I guess I'm an attention-seeking person. I just want to seek attention. As long as it's good intention, then I'm okay with it. I'm not going to stop or be discouraged or feel like I'm doing too much. There's something inside of me that's saying information is power and people need information. I'm just trying to give it the best way I know how and reach as many people as possible. So if you are in your purpose or you feel you're in your purpose, if you feel like you're living the dream that was intended for you, don't allow people to take that away from you with their negative thinking. Find a way to flip it. Find a way to take that negative comment. Pay attention to it, because your haters will critique you the best. So pay attention to what is being said. And if it doesn't correlate with what you're doing, flip it. And that's exactly what I did. They meant it to be in a negative light. All you want is attention. And I flipped it. You're right. I do want attention, because the more attention I get, the more lives I could potentially change by just talking and by having conversations with other people. I just flipped it. And you can do the same thing, because people aren't going to not talk crap about you. It's just not going to happen. If you live in this world, people are going to trash you, or at least try to. That's just life. We are in a big ass high school, and everyone's hating on everyone, or everyone's in competition with everyone. Everyone's looking at everyone, trying to be better than at least that person. Because if I'm better than him, then I don't have the worst life. But if you're looking at life through that lens, your life is pretty freaking horrible, because you have no idea who you are and your likes. You just want to be better than that next person. Then that's it. It's not a good purpose for your life to have. Being better than others. Just be better than yourself each and every day. That's where true happiness and success lies. Not in trying to beat the other person or be better than the other person. It's just stupid. Doesn't make a lot of sense, but I get it, because I've been there. Been there and done that. Don't want to do it again. So I am attention-seeking person, I guess. I do want to be heard and seen. I take that as a positive and not a negative because of what transpired last week. So I'm going to continue kicking. I'm going to continue fighting. I'm going to continue moving forward, moving on, because my words matter. And so do yours. If it's in a positive light, if it's in a negative light, your words don't matter. But regardless of if your words matter or not, the words that you speak to other people matter a lot. So you have to be careful how and what you say. You don't have to be negative towards someone and them living their goals or living out their dreams. You can do the same too. Don't be a hater. So, if anyone hasn't told you today that they love you, let me be the first to say I love you. You are awesome. You are amazing. You deserve the best that this world has to offer. Do not give up. Do not quit. The world does not get easier, but you will get stronger. Y'all have a great week. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening. Be sure to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And for daily, motivational, and up-to-date content, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Excellence Above Talent. And remember, keep moving forward, never give up, and you are never alone in this battle. We'll see you next time.